Hello, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of The Green Effect. This is my new podcast all about finance, life, and business. In our first episode, it's all about me. So, all about myself, my history, and the things I want to see come out with this podcast. So, hope you enjoy the first one. More to come. Make sure you follow me to get updates and enjoy.
Welcome to the Green Effect Podcast. Finance, life, business, and everything in between. And now, your host, Stephen Green.
Welcome, everybody. This is Stephen Green with the Green Effect Podcast. Everything you want to know about finance, life, and business. This is episode 1. Maybe not as exciting as when episode 1 came out for Star Wars, but pretty darn close. Anyway, this is how I came up with the idea. I wanted to really get some information out there to people in a format that everyone could really take part in and listen to and get up-to-date information on everything. As you all know, I do work for RBC Royal Bank, and it did start out as an RBC-only thing. But it grew into more than that. I didn't just want to talk about mortgages and finance. I wanted to get some more information out there around leadership, business, that sort of thing. So that's really what this is going to be all about. It's not just about mortgages. So before you shut off your podcast because you don't want to talk or listen about this the whole time, don't worry. It's a whole bunch of stuff. We do have some great guests that are ready to come on, and they're going to be coming on over probably the next week or so. We've got Tyler Horty coming on. Tyler's an amazing lawyer here in the Kitchener area. He's going to share a whole bunch of great stories. Shauna Lynn Simon from Beyond the Stage Homes, amazing businesswoman, lots of great stories there. And I'm hoping to have different people come on that can talk about teamwork and leadership and all sorts of other stuff. Even my boss, Dave, I'm going to get him on here just so he knows what I'm doing all day long. So anyway, great guests and should be a lot of fun. As promised, a little bit about me, because I know a lot of people don't know too much about me and my background, and so let's go through some of that. I grew up in the beautiful area of Scarborough. For people who don't know that is the east side of Toronto, and only people who are from Scarborough really admit it and are proud of it. Everyone else, they don't think so much too highly, but Scarborough, amazing area. Lots of friends that I grew up with are still there and I still keep in contact with. So definitely a Toronto boy in that regard. So I've been in banking for, my goodness, I was counting the other day, probably 20 years now. And my very first job was with Canada Trust, never TD. I was never a TD person, always Canada Trust. And the way I got my first job with banking, I think I was 18. And there was a Canada Trust in Scarborough. It's the old Centennial and Lawson branch. For the people who are from Scarborough and Toronto and know that area, I don't even think that branch is open anymore. Port Union and, where was it? Centennial and Lawson area, I believe. I remember for 3 months, once a month, because my mom and dad always told me to do this, I would ride my bike up there, middle of summer, sweaty and gross, and drop off my resume every single month. And I remember the manager that was there, his name was John, I think. And I think he finally just got sick of me showing up and he gave me a job. So that was where I first started. I was with Canada Trust. I was a teller, moved up, and I think about maybe 2 years later, I ended up with Bank of Montreal in Scarborough and worked there for 12 years. They were awesome to me, learned a lot, worked in fraud for a few years, worked in projects for a year, worked in all sorts of areas of the branch network. So lots of really exciting places. And then I finally found my true calling, and it was with RBC. I'm going to say 7-8 years ago now. And I flipped over to the mortgage world and mortgage sales and just making dreams come true for people and coming up with ideas and strategies to get people to their financing goals. So Again, been in banking for a long time now, been there, done that. And the one neat thing with banking is you never stop learning. And RBC has been tremendous to me. Really excited to be there. Like I said, great boss. That's kind of I'm going to keep throwing that out there, because I'm pretty sure he's going to be listening to this. So the more I throw that out there, the more my reviews will go positively with any luck. Anyway, the other job that I've got, which I joke, this is actually the job I'm about to talk about is my full-time job that does not pay the bills. I'm actually a volleyball coach as well. So I've been coaching for, longer than I've been in banking, to be honest. I started coaching when I was in high school. I played high school ball. I'm a level 3 coach in the U.S., level like 2 and say 3 2/3. So say level 2 and 2/3 here in Canada. I'm also a referee, coach for many, many years. Love it. Developed some new programs for one of the local clubs here, and just had a lot of fun doing it. It's my thing. It's my thing I enjoy doing. It's coaching kids. It's leadership. It's I'm in a very individualistic role during the day, and then to be able to go and be part of a team in a team atmosphere and compete and challenge and travel. I'm in the U.S. quite a bit and all over Ontario and Canada for that matter, traveling with the team, and it's so rewarding and a lot of fun. So I joke about that being my full-time job, and then the bank being the other full-time job that actually pays the bills, as opposed to volleyball that absolutely does not pay any bills. I'm also married to wonderful children living in Kitchener, and they are getting a little bit older now, so we're almost at the end where they may be moving out very, very soon. Fingers are crossed. Kyle's about a year away, and Emily's a few more years, but we shall see. Love to see them, but we also love to see them leave too. Yeah, I'm all those parents out there probably know what I'm talking about. Anyway, what I want to see from this podcast, again, I want to give you guys some great information. I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to post on my Facebook or Twitter. What do you want to hear about? I don't just want to talk about mortgages. I'm going to be talking about some leadership stuff. I'm going to be talking about life. I've got a couple of ideas for guests that can come in and just tell me about their life experiences. What have they done? How have they been successful? How have they built a business? If it was just mortgages, I think this would be over in about 2.5 minutes. So let me know, connect with me on Facebook, connect with me on Twitter. Hey, if you think you've got an awesome story that you want to share, let's have you on. Okay. Love to hear from you. Make sure you follow me on Facebook and Twitter. My handle's the same for both, RBC Stephen Green, for both. And yeah, let me know what you guys want to hear about. I'm going to come up with some ideas, but let's hear what you guys have as well. Now for my first podcast. Whew, thank God that's done. Let me tell you, it is stressful when you're doing your first podcast like this. Anyway, talk to you soon. Hope you enjoyed it, and more to come. Thanks. Well, that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed it, and there is more to come. If you like this one, wait till you hear the rest. Wow. Anyway, follow me, like I said, on Twitter and Facebook, RBC Stephen Green, for all the latest news and updates, and we will talk to you during episode 2. Thanks again.
Thank you for listening to the Green Effect Podcast. Subscribe to this podcast on iTunes or Google Play so you catch the next episode. And don't forget to leave a review. Much appreciated.